Hey team, Luigi here, weekly talk, not always weekly. This is probably the first time that some students will watch these type of talks, and usually I do this when I need to address or I like to talk about something and reach everybody within our community or affiliation. And today I would like to revisit the conversation that we had after a couple classes as far as how students with more experience should treat students with less experience or beginners. This is very important. Second, I would like to update everybody about my travels, why I've been traveling so much. And third, and actually is the most important this week for me, is about Luna. And many people that just joined us don't understand or maybe don't know exactly how Luna has been part of my life, Sylvia's life, and the gym's story, our school story for a long time. So very quick, Luna, she's 12 years old. She's our pit, that dog that represents everything that we like to talk about. She's extremely confident. She's extremely strong. She's a powerful dog. At the same time, she has been always the kindest dog, always playing well with everybody, with kids, adults, different animals, different dogs, cats, you name it. And 4 years ago, Luna survived a couple times actually when she had lymphoma, and Siva managed to save her. We found a really good vet. We did all natural treatment, and she survived, but she was never out of the loop. So we always had to keep this regimen of treatment. But last month, while I was away, this cancer showed up, and it has been spreading really, really fast. This morning, we thought that, took her to the vet. I was, expecting the worst, and we are expecting the worst. But there's still one little hope, and so we brought her home. She's not eating well. She's having a hard time walking around and some other issues, but Sylvia still has some hope that we can improve her life until the very end. So Luna has been part, like I said, of my life, our lives for 12 years. She has been going to the gym every single day. She greets everybody. She's my only daughter, let's say canine daughter with Sylvia. I have other daughters, two daughters, amazing women from my first marriage. And but Luna represents so much to me and to Sylvia, and we understand the dogs. We just get to share part of our lives with our animals. But again, we're gonna stay home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week just so we can try this last treatment, see how she would do, and we want to stay next to her. I know for some people that doesn't make sense. Who has animals and really love them probably will understand us better. And I'm just giving a heads up. She is part of my life. Like I said, she's we do everything together. We hike. We go. We used to go to mountain biking. I would be riding. She would be following me. She spent at least like 10 years of her life going to the lake and swimming. She has been extremely active animal, dog, pet, friend. Like I said, canine daughter in our life. So we decided to put some more extra dedication so we have peace of mind as well. As far as my travels, this year has been extremely busy. So far, I don't have any trip coming up. I still have to go teach seminars in Indiana, Texas, New Hampshire. We have a new school in New Hampshire that got affiliated to us. We have a new school in New York that got affiliated to us. We have a new school in Northwest Arkansas that got affiliated to us. So now we have been in many states, and I probably will have to visit many of the schools that I couldn't visit during COVID, but I have to go now. And but usually it just takes like 3 days over the weekend, so I'm not going to be missing classes as much. Like I mentioned to the parents, I will be back teaching the kids as soon as this whole thing with Luna, we have it under control. We'll have to make the hard decision, but so Thursday should be there. Last week I wasn't there because we're still trying to be and treat her as much as possible. We adopt a protocol that takes a lot of steps during the day, so we're doing what we can. But anyway, so I'll be teaching the kids. Silva gonna be helping me out. Leo gonna be assisting me, as well as Luke and Dan, or Squid. That's his call sign anyway. So um, the that's what we're seeing. So the other trips to Washington is gonna probably slow down a little bit. I think it's part of my job. It's part of what I do, what I love doing it, and so I consider this role or this mission as something like to give it back to the country. So it's really good stuff. And lastly, this is extremely important. We got a huge number of new people training, striking, combatives, MMA, and jiu-jitsu. It is extremely important that higher ranks keep teaching, helping, instructing, mentoring the newer people. And you guys have to understand this. Again, we all have to sometimes make an exercise to remember how we were when we started our journey doing martial arts. I believe that everybody has been a beginner in something at some point in their lives, and it's very easy to lose track, of who you were when you started. And some people start like getting really, really good. They start getting really competitive. They start getting a little bit selfish, and they start training too hard. We with the beginners. So first thing is we have to understand it's very common in striking, grappling, wrestling for a new person to use too much strength or too much power as almost a survival type of instinct. If I am the higher rank and I pick up my strength and my force and try to say teach a lesson, quote unquote teach a lesson, to this white belt or to this beginner by going harder than how the beginner has been going, I'm doing what we call as a positive feedback, not as a positive as a good thing, as a negative thing, but positive because it's I'm increasing a problematic behavior, right? And then again, it's very understandable. So if somebody's going hard on me and it's a new person and I go harder, I just taught that person to go even harder. I'm not helping them become more technical or to understand and embrace the new skills. So what I have to do is, hey, dude or girl, just slow down a little bit. I'm gonna help you out. You don't need to use this much strength. If I catch you in anything, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna explain to you. Same thing would be in striking, grappling, or wrestling. As a newer person, you should always have an open mind. Actually, you should have an open mind forever in martial arts. So if somebody stop a little bit to give an instruction, my opinion is you be grateful, be appreciative, and thank that person that is helping you out, because it means a lot. It should mean a lot to you that someone is caring to show you how to do the right thing. So if somebody's going super hard with me and somebody that's less skilled than me, and again, this is just to summarize, and I go harder to try to teach this person a lesson without using words, I'm just amplifying the bad behavior. I'm making that student become really good at doing a bad thing. But if instead I say, hey man, calm down, or hey girl, calm down, we are cool, we are students here, I understand you want to do really well, you want to progress, you want to, you know, improve, but let me help you out here. So take this first 6 months or a year as a period of time where it's not going to be as much fun as it will be in the future, but that's part of the process. I also talking about catch, release, and explain. That's in jiu-jitsu. In striking, I can point out that I could have got a good shot, a good kick, a good punch, or MMA I could have gotten a good takedown. When I'm rolling with a beginner and I manage to get submissions, and then the beginner, most likely it's because the beginner didn't know what he or she was doing, and he or she put themselves in a bad situation, a bad position, rather than me being capable of getting the person in the way that I want. Sorry, I'm just turning off my phone. So what's the point of tapping the person 1,000 times? There's no really point on that. So rather, I would prefer if you guys catch the the beginner on, say, an armbar or choke, release and try to see what the person did wrong or what they could have done to avoid that submission or to avoid the guard pass, to avoid that sweep. You don't have to stop and give like 5-minute lessons, or you can go a little bit, like just give points, point out here, point out there, keep rolling. That's the way to go. For anybody that wants to be a competitor, make sure you pick the right classes to go to. Pick the open mats where you can also train with the harder, more experienced people. It's not by going to the 5 o'clock fundamentals class or only in the mornings that you're going to become a really good competitor. It's not going to happen. It's not by beating up white belts and beginners in striking that you will become the next U.F.C. legend. It's not going to be like that. But if I teach those people how to beat my own game, I'm probably going to be helping them out and also going to be helping me out, myself out. So understand the balance. And I'm very, very careful when it comes to these things because there are many schools around us that have a really bad reputation for having students and having instructors that don't care for the others, students or beginners. We have never been like that. Our reputation is we are a place for everybody. We are a place where, regardless of your goal, you're always welcome, and we are always here to help you out. Make sure you treat, say, you're a younger guy, stronger, heavier. Make sure you treat the people that are older than you accordingly. You treat the people that are weaker than you accordingly. You treat the people that are less skilled than you accordingly. This way, we're going to keep our reputation of being a school filled with amazing people. We build a community, we'll build a tribe, and I know this word is getting overused nowadays, tribe, but it's not tribalism as in a negative way. It's more like I might have skills that might help you inside and outside the mats. You might have skills and whatever else that can help me out and help your community, help other people. So if I am in a pinch, I need somebody to help me out for whatever. If I find myself in any type of crisis, like I said before, my students will be the first ones to maybe get a call from me. I might call somebody, hey, dude, I need your help. I need you here. I need you to go to my house and check if everything is all right because I'm traveling. Same way you're traveling, you're somewhere else, and you need, hey, Luigi, can you stop by my house right now? There was an issue and I need you to just go check it out and maybe call the police if anything happened. Do you see that anything's wrong? Kind of stuff like that. Actually, I was in Washington with training with another instructor, like really amazing guy, with an amazing story as a serviceman. And in the middle of the night, it was kind of like midnight, we were doing some actually evaluation of the students that we were training, and he received a phone call from his wife that the neighbor's house exploded and his house was catching on fire. And he was like 5 hours away, driving distance. He called a few buddies that, again, part of his local tribe. And in 5 minutes, somebody was already at his house, calming his wife down, assessing everything, sending pictures, videos, talking to the police, talking to the firemen, the fire department, and all the situation got resolved without him having to go there. Thank God his house didn't really didn't catch on fire. But that's the kind of thing, right? You might not see me as somebody that you could call, but you should feel like I'm somebody that you can call if you need to, as well as somebody that you just met because, somebody, it's part of your community. So summing up, treat people well. Treat your friends the way that you would like to be treated. Treat your new friends the way that you would have liked to, to be treated when you started. Even if you had somebody that was too rough on you, it doesn't mean that you need to now take that on somebody else. But always remember, treat people the way they want to get treated. Want a little more patience again, so you guys be a little more understanding why I've been absent. And this week, Sylvia and I will be absent maybe for 2 or 3 days so we can keep doing this protocol with Luna. It's almost like every 2 hours we have to do something. So we have to stay home so we can use the supplements or all the other tools that we use to help her out. And then I'll be back this week, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. Meanwhile, respect all the black belts, respect all the higher ranks. Remember to not invite anybody above your level. If you want to roll, just make sure that if you ask anybody, ask respectfully. And let's keep building a nice community. Let's keep building a nice group of, people. We, I think that we think very alike in many different things. We might have some differences in some other areas. Doesn't matter. The most important is we are a place where we respect this country. We respect the Constitution. We don't support at all any group. I don't care what side, far, middle ground, or whatever. I don't care that it's for any type of violent act against anybody else. So you guys know where I stand with that. I'm going to keep always rooting for our country, rooting for everybody, for your success, your personal success, my success. I'll be always, I'd say, rejoicing, seeing my students doing well. So thank you very much again, my American Top Team and core Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu community. I really appreciate you all, and I will keep praying. So God bless all your lives, your families, regardless of your beliefs. My belief is that I don't need you to believe in what I believe, to pray for you and to wish you well. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great week ahead.